So yeah, what do you think are some of the favorite portions that people are looking at to Wix? Wix has a number of different components. Is there any like one favorite area or bigger area or way that they're coming in maybe on CRM and building a website, or are they building a website maybe and going to CRM? How are you finding that journey, if you even know of what's happening
Yeah.
on the website?
Yes, we definitely know. I think, Wix is most well known for our website building platform. So I definitely think a lot of people come to us that way to start.
Right.
It's also the piece that a lot of people need to do first, whether you're creating like a business card website just to open your business and let people find you online, or if you're already ready to integrate the next stages of actually running your business, whether that's selling products or hosting an event, selling tickets, maybe even allowing people to schedule your services. So I think it really depends on the business. Definitely the CRM is also another huge driver for people. So looking for ways to manage their customer base and do marketing to those customers. And here, I guess the difference is going to be in where you are with your business. So if you're just starting out, you're probably at the stage where you need to set up a website and kind of just kick things off. If you're an existing business transitioning online, then I think it depends if you're looking for the e-commerce piece, so you're kind of moving your sales online, or if you're looking for that online marketing piece. So I think we see a little bit of everything. And ultimately, we hope that everyone enjoys all of the functionality of the platform.
Absolutely. Another thing I know, as we discuss this, as we're taping this, which is a dated word, but as we're taping this, we're here in the midst of the COVID crisis, as it were. And I hate to use all these buzzwords, the new norm and all this, but it's true. I mean, I think we're going to be talking about pre-COVID and post-COVID, at least for another 6 months or a year before we all realize this is how it is. Are you seeing any uptick? Is it the same? Is it lower in people using Wix? There's billions of people are being fired, laid off, furloughed. And I can imagine Becky, who used to work at the local muffin shop, she's wanted to start something. Now she's home. Are you guys seeing any uptick of that, or has it been about the same
So
use of
we're
Wix?
seeing massive uptake in every aspect, both in terms of people creating more businesses, more websites. And I'll go with your muffin shop example.
Okay.
So I think both Becky, who wants to kind of kick off her own personal brand and get her website up and running, is coming to us. But the muffin shop is coming to us too, right? Because they've been doing their business, offline in a brick and mortar shop. People are used to coming, you go out your door in the morning, you grab your coffee and your muffin and you're good to go. So they're having to find new ways of keeping their business running. So we're seeing a lot of businesses actually transitioning their sales or their services online and finding new ways to deliver to their products, to their customers, products or services.
Got it. And I'm curious, I don't want to go into a deep discussion on this. I do want to move to recurring revenue and some tips you may have on that. But I'm just curious, what's the, and I can help answer the question too. I know this very well, but I'm curious, that business owner, let's stick to, if anybody gets bored of Becky and muffins, you email me, but me and Leon are going to stick with Becky and muffins. But, when the muffin shop owner transitions, what are some things that, if you can imagine with me, and I'm happy to help out here though, they're going through, they have their brick and mortar, they have their muffin shop, maybe it's a one-page site, just to get them to the door. But now maybe they have to, I'm guessing, upload a few images of the muffin with the pricing on it, click to order, and then I'm sure the delivery and all that, that's another issue. I don't think Wix does that, but how does that work? What's your advice? What are you seeing as people are new using this?
First of all, we do the delivery, by the way. We'll get into that piece too. So yeah, you can really see it through all the way. So I think for an existing business, it's really about, first of all, figuring out how they're going to transition their business, right? Like, we know it's really challenging times. People have to reinvent themselves. They have to reinvent their business. So I think we've seen a lot of people initially transitioning to delivery. Obviously, businesses have been completely shut down. So a lot of food businesses even are starting to offer delivery of their products and takeout and things like that. And now that things are gradually starting to reopen, businesses are transitioning to offering curbside pickup. So you're still accepting the orders online, but maybe you are able to allow people to come past the business and actually collect things at the door or whatever the requirements may be. So yeah, definitely you want to have great photos and descriptions of your products so that people understand what they're able to buy from your site. If you have an existing customer base, that's where that CRM piece is going to be really important. So you're going to want to upload your customer base and then shoot them out an email or an SMS message letting them know, hey, the store is closed, but you can still order on the website, and then we'll send things out to you, or you can come pick them up. So I think it's really about just communicating with your customers, either regarding changes in what you're able to do or additional services or new products that you're providing, and then how they're going to be able to get those.
Yeah. This is a political question, Liat. Let's see if you can handle it. If you can't,
Okay.
it's okay.
I'll try.
It's a political question. Is that social media versus website? What is Wix's political, I'm teasing a bit, political stand on that? You know, there's a big push, and I clearly, you guys are on social, so obviously you need it, but I'm teasing it away here. But there's a big push, social. E-commerce is on social, you know, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all these great platforms. And then there's the website. Some people are like, websites are dying, websites are old, Wix just needs to, you know, go to the barn or whatever it is. And some are saying, no, you need a website. It's the core still of what you do. Can you help demystify this debate? Website versus social. How does that work?
Social or marketplace, right? It really depends on if you're a service or a product, right? We could also talk about places like Amazon or eBay.
Sure.
So I think the answer is all of the above, right? In the world that we live in today, you really need all of those. Your website is, first of all, yours. It's your brand. It's the home your customers are going to return to. As people get to know you, you want them to keep coming back directly to you. You can offer them loyalty incentives and member benefits. So there's, you know, benefit there for both your customers and for your business. So I would say, you know, for longer term customers, definitely the website. You also want to take advantage of anyone searching, you know, someone going on Google and just searching either for a product or for a service, or you specifically, if you want them to find your website and be able to get in contact with you. That being said, there are a lot of potential customers out there on social media, right? So you definitely want to be there and getting your brand and product out in front of them too. So it's great for discoverability and meeting new customers. And also for just reminding people, you know, whether it's reminding them about the brand and product that they already enjoyed from you in the past, or letting them know about new things that you have going on. Wix actually has some great integrations for this. We have our own product for Facebook ads, where we have an AI system that will run your Facebook advertising campaigns for you.
Nice.
It's a really excellent product. I recommend checking it out. So, you know, I think they all work together. And it's going to come down to really knowing your customer base and then knowing where they are, right? So I think every customer is different, and, you know, every business is different. Do your customers read newsletters? Do they like Facebook? Do they like Instagram? Do they shop on Amazon? Wherever they're going to be, you should be there too. But ultimately, you want to be driving all of that stuff back to your core, to your brand, to your website.
Yeah. When you passed, I tried to give you a political question, but you just like totally knocked it out of the park. No, but I think you're right about that. Sometimes, Liat, I felt like the old man in the room, build websites, some people, but I think both are important. I mean, for me, my website, you can say it from the stage, you're saying on a radio, you know, so I think all are useful. There's so many changes, Liat, that are going to be happening in the next several months, several years. Many are already happening. I think for the smaller businesses, my assessment is, but you all have different data, is that I think smaller businesses are still eking and getting out of the misery they've been in. I'll put it that way, meaning we're now thinking either your business is closed or you've been eking along. Now we see the light. So my question to you is recurring revenue. I know that's one big thing. So Deandra, I know that there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening, that have happened over the next coming months and probably a year or two until we all settle, kind of like sand or rock settling. Recurring revenue, I know, is one big thing I think that Wix is looking at, possibly my words, not yours, encouraging businesses to consider. Help us understand why that's so important. What does it mean? What's your insight on this aspect of recurring revenue? For some, it may be new, but for some, especially when they're shipping and subscription services, it may not be so new. What's your input on that?
Right, absolutely. You know, I think for any business, having some kind of recurring revenue model is always a great idea. It means, you know, that you have your customers constantly returning to your business, you have guaranteed income. And you can also provide your customers with great benefits that way. So whether you're a gym who wants to offer a membership, um, or whether you're an online fitness trainer who wants to give people access to your videos and your content online, or whether you're a store that wants to give free shipping to any customers who are regular members and special discounts. There are a lot of ways that you can provide benefits through a membership and subscription model. So Wix has a bunch of solutions for that. One is you can create your own pricing plans and then connect them to whatever it is that your business does. So if you offer services, you can connect that to your services so that customers who are buying a membership can automatically book your services. If you sell products, you can create a subscription to your products, and so on. So I think, at the end of the day, it's a business question. Obviously we enable the technology to let you do that. But thinking about what is the value you can bring to your customers, and what's a way to incentivize them to be in an ongoing relationship with your business.
Got it. So what I'm hearing you say is that people tell me, Liat, that they have an infectious energy and et cetera. And sometimes they say, Ramon, I wish you could wake me up in the morning. So what I'm hearing you say is that I could go to Wix and I could have people sign up for $9 a month to have Ramon wake them up in the morning. Good morning, Liat. It's time to wake up. And I could just sell that. That's a subscription, right? I could do that.
Absolutely, that is totally a subscription. So it can be to anything really, from a physical product that gets delivered once a month.
Right.
For example, we all have these boxes we subscribe to,
Yep.
whether it's makeup for some of us, or, fresh vegetables that you want to get a new box every month, or whatever it is. Or again, like I mentioned, that video content, it might be to your videos, Ramon, where I watch your amazing interviews and follow your podcast, or maybe your morning wake up call. Or, I know in COVID-19, a lot of us are trying to stay fit at home. So to your favorite yoga trainer, or, fitness trainer. So yeah, really, I think just about any business can find a way of creating that kind of membership offering to their customer base.
Yeah, and I think part of this, Liat, goes with the new way of thinking. I've been interviewing, as you can imagine, so many people. My friend Mike Michalowicz, his book just came out called Fix This Next. And he's been advocating going backwards in your business, meaning you're a restaurant. The end product is bringing food to the table, okay? Right. You can't bring food to the table. What's backwards? You still have food. Right. So that's it's not exactly what you're saying, but I'm just tying this all together, is that for those businesses, whether you're a service industry, a product industry, and clearly, Liat, you'll have to maybe make some new things, think of your operations, as you said. But I think that's where I'm hearing is that, wow, this is, as many friends have said, let me see this as the best opportunity for my business instead of the worst. That's and so this could be a new revenue stream or new way to do things. And recurring revenue, am I right, Liat? That recurring revenue, it's a beautiful thing to get that every month.
Right, it's a beautiful thing to get it every month. Over time, your income just grows and grows. So it's definitely a great way of doing business. And, in terms of the changes and kind of reinventing how you do business, I think it's going back to what is my core skill, my core product? What is it that my customers need? And then, trying to match those. So if it's in the world of services, thinking about, is there a way that I can take this online and either do, video sessions with my clients, or maybe provide them the content in a different form, be that a PDF, a document, a file, a video, an audio stream, whatever it is that's going to work well for your kind of service. And in the world of products, I think really just understanding where customers are shifting their buying and consumption to. In e-commerce is seeing massive growth during this period of time. I think in terms of that, COVID-19 has really kicked e-commerce into high growth. But people are shifting what they're buying for. So you definitely need to be aware of what your customers are looking for. There are a lot of categories like any kind of food or grocery product, a lot of home decor, plants and flowers. We have some articles we can share with you about this, about some of the growth that we're seeing on the platform. But people are home, they're home with their pets, they're home with their families, they have a lot of free time. So thinking about all of those kind of things. In terms of even clothing businesses that we see on the platform, people who are managing to transition either to leisure wear or fitness gear or even providing masks for their customers are seeing massive growth in terms of sales. So, you know, your customers might not be buying exactly the same things that they always did, but if they love your brand and your business and you're offering them great service, there are other ways that you can connect with them.
No, for sure. And I think that even my son, he lives in Europe, doing some e-commerce things, and he had a coach who had to coach him through my point being is that the recurring revenue in his own business, he's a, coach, as I said, but he's
Right.
saying, he called me like, Dad, it's amazing but he's had to sell a bit different too. He's had to think a bit and train. Before he was doing, pay me $1 for this. He's
Right.
changed his language, pay me 30 cents or whatever it is a month for a year. And it's
Yeah.
changed his business. So I think that those listening, Wix, as I understand it, Leah, definitely enables the technology, but I would encourage all of you to read up and study. And I'm sure maybe Wix has some resources that how you can do this, because there's the tech part of it, but I think there's also learning how to sell it, especially if your audience is not educated in how to do recurring revenue.
Right. And I think here, you know, that communication piece with your customers becomes so critical, right? That's really where you want to have the CRM so you can communicate with them, whether it's by email, by SMS, or on social media. I think you just need to tell your customers what's going on in your business. What is changing? Am I still able to provide the service or product? Are my delivery times different? Are my shipping terms different? You know, how do you get my services now? And I think you'll see an amazing response from customers. But you know, it's that kind of issue where you really need to be communicating exactly what's going on and how customers can interact with the business.
Got it. And final question, just curious more about yourself, Liat. What role do you have at Wix? Are you in CRM? Do you program in a geek? Are you doing graphic interface? You talking to customers? What's your role today at Wix?
Yeah, so I've been at Wix for over 6 years now, always with the marketing department. But today my focus is on e-commerce. So I work a lot with e-commerce businesses and that space. But yeah,
Awesome.
really, any bit of Wix is something that always interests me and something that we try to support in any way.
Absolutely. Anything I didn't ask you today, Liat, that you wanted to share? I know there's 1,000 ways we could do this, but I've enjoyed the interview. Anything you wanted to share with us before we end this awesome discussion?
Yeah, you know, I think one other thing that I would say is maybe an opportunity in this time of moving online. And just because you're from New Jersey, I'm going to use one of our New Jersey users.
Sure.
So we have this great clothing store called Evolve based in New Jersey. They've had a Wix website for a really long time, I think about 7 years now. But they never sold online. It was really just like a website with, you know, their contact information and a little bit of their products, that kind of thing. And during the COVID-19 shutdown, they really had to think about how they would adjust their business. And they started selling online. And they went from selling to just their state, to New Jersey, to selling nationwide in 1 week.
Wow.
They actually sold out all of their inventory. And when I spoke to Randy, who's the owner of Evolve, it was kind of a bittersweet moment for him because I think, you know, he saw this really massive growth of his business and he understood this amazing potential that had really been there all along, but he just hadn't been focused on that online aspect of it. So, you know, it's done great things for his business and shown him new opportunities. And I think it's something, you know, that can keep impacting your business for a long time.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think we're going to see that over and over again. And I will always say this, Liat, at least for a while, my heart goes out those businesses that have had to close, that business owner that's, you know, had to go live back with his or her parents. There's those people. There's those of us, though, hopefully the many of us that are eking along and surviving, and we're entering thriving. And I think the story you just shared, now it's an opportunity. Okay, we've never done this before, never taken credit cards before, never. Now we have to,
Yeah.
So I think it's
right, and we can do this, and it works. And you know, this is another layer that I can add to my business in the long term. So you know, all of that is great news. One other thing I would recommend businesses to check out who are struggling at the moment with either their supply chain or with shipping and delivery is Wix has drop shipping solutions, and we have print on demand solutions. So that's another interesting way of adding some more products to your offering, or maybe expanding into new product lines that you didn't have before, and can supplement some of those losses.
And kudos to you for the growth. I mean, I've known Wix for a long time when it was just website, which is good, but you guys are uh, owning the whole small business marketing stack, as it were. So kudos to you all for doing that. But it's
Thank
been great talking to you, Liat. Liat from Wix, Wix.com. Most of you know the company name from being the website builder, but so much more. And my name is Ramon Ray, founder of SmartHustle.com. If you're listening to my voice, please give us a great rating on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever. And definitely check out SmartHustle.com for more information. Have an awesome day.